Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Trent. This is Rams Talk. How y'all doing? Yo, I know you're feeling good. I know I can feel it. I can feel you right now. That sounds very Michael Jackson-esque, but hey, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. Welcome to Rams Talk. This is the Rams finally beat the New England Patriots 24-3. We put the nail in the Patriots Dynasty coffin. It's closed. It's nailed shut. Put the dirt on them. They are done. That dynasty is over. It is officially donezo. All right? It has been, forget about the 2 Super Bowls we lost on, but we've been 0-6 against the Patriots. But since 2003, the Patriots have won 10 games every year since 2003, 17 years or 16 years. And this is going to be the first year where they don't do that. Done. This is going to be the first year since 2008 that they don't make the playoffs. Done. They're done. And it feels good. I'm glad it was us. I'm glad it was the Rams. Okay? Because, listen, there are a lot of old school Patriot fans out there. And I'm not here to rip you. Pretty much I'm ripping the new Patriot fans, like the people who didn't grow up in the New England era during the Dynasty and just became Patriot fans and don't know any other way and will probably jump off the bandwagon now. But I'm talking about a Rams fan who felt the Vinatieri kick in the Super Bowl, who felt all the other losses throughout the years, and who also felt that 13-3 loss in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And had to hear the Tom Brady stuff all the time, watch him in the Super Bowls, and watch him open mouth kiss his 10-year-old son. I'm tired. It's over. It is over. The demons have been exorcised. And just like when the Rams came off and beat the San Francisco 49ers, beat the Cardinals after losing the 49ers, I said that game was a palate cleanser like a ginger in the sushi, right? It cleanses the palate. You know what this game was? This game was a jug of Pepto-Bismol. It was a Pepsid Complete. It was a Zantac, right? Because my heart has been burning. The Patriots have given me heartburn, have given us all heartburn for so long. More like heartache, right? But this game just coated it. No more acid reflux. It's over. Listen, I will never fully get over those Super Bowl losses. You never will, right? But this is a good start. And I'm glad it was the Rams who not just beat the Patriots in this game to knock them out of the playoffs, or knock them out of playoff contention, to end their 10-game win streak, 16-year win streak, but to also just completely dominate them. This game was complete domination. More domination than the Cardinals' domination last week. 24-3, 3 points. And I love some Patriot fans who are just coming in hot and heavy after they torch the sorry-ass Chargers 45-0, thinking, oh, look, we're so good. We're so good. You know, the Patriots are not good. They had a lot of guys opt out on the defensive side, and I get that. That's something. But their offense is not good. Okay? Their offense is like 1936, no one even throws the ball. No forward pass. It's just pathetic. Anyways, some people thought when I said book it, when I said book this Rams win, some people, and I love you all in the comments, and I do get it, so we're a little skeptical, like, hey, you don't guarantee it, you jinx it, it's Bill Belichick, you can never put past them, and, I totally get that. But I had a sense that McVay and Goff and the veteran guys, Brockers and AD, and some of these other guys on the team that have been around and especially played in that Super Bowl 2 years ago, they were focused. And they were fired up. And this game meant everything to them. And the team is also so close knit, kind of like the 2018 team. And I just felt that they were on a mission. I just felt it. I just felt there's this team, and you can all feel it too. I know you can. But this team is peaking at the right time. We're gelling all together at the right time. The team, it's one of those things. It's like Voltron. One of the lions by themselves can put up a fight, but when they all Voltron together, it's like they're unstoppable. And I feel when the Rams are Voltron right now, and they're just flowing. And there's love, there's community, there's harmony, there's selflessness, there's heart, and I felt that. And I felt that coming into this game that they were going, like that's what's happening. And that was going to manifest onto the field. And it did. And the game was just from the get-go, it was Rams. And it's, when the Rams played the 49ers, you could just tell the 49ers had the edge. They were more fired up, they had more passion. And this game, the Rams dictated. They wrote the script of this game. And the way that they talked after the game, and Brockers and these guys, and even AD said, there was a little bit of payback on his mind for the Super Bowl, and I'm so glad that it happened. I'm so glad that they had this in their mind, and the organization, the coaches, and the players, they brought it. They brought it, and I'm so overwhelmed with joy, and a sense of relief. Like I said, the heartburn is gone, and there's a lot of, I could really go deep on this. I can talk about the organization and look at the change in the Rams all the way down the board from 2018 till now, talking about coaches, talking about players, talking about philosophies, talking about lessons learned, how this is a different team, how the Rams played this game against the Patriots compared to how they played them in the Super Bowl is night and day. So there's just so many layers to this all, but what I really want to talk there, there's a couple things, but I want to start with, a lot of people are talking about Cam Akers, and I'm going to talk about Cam Akers, and Cam Akers is dope, and I love Cam Akers, but I want to talk about the offensive line. And I want to talk about last season, what was the thing that everyone was talking about? The offensive line. And, when the offensive line is playing well, and you don't see people messing up and getting beat and holding and not getting pushed and having running backs tackled in the backfield, when that doesn't happen, you don't even notice it. You're just like, wow, look at how good our running back is. And look at Jared Goff doesn't get sacked. Right? Offensive line, and not just the offensive line, but the tight ends and the receivers. Everyone was blocking, and everyone was getting pushed, and everyone was just mauling and getting after it. Joe Noteboom was playing extremely well. Gerald Everett, Tyler Higbee, 12 personnel. They played 12 personnel, 43 snaps compared to 18 snaps on offense. And this kind of reminds me of the end of that 2018 season when Gurley was injured and we brought in C.J. Anderson and we just started running the ball. You go to that Dallas playoff game and it was just run heavy, right? And it was, Goff wasn't throwing it, 40, 50 times a game in 2018. It was just the run C.J. and then run Todd Gurley show. And so the Rams are used to doing this. And last year, towards the end of last year, they ran 12 personnel. But just the blocking from the receivers, and Gerald Everett is kind of like their fullback, and he was playing well. I just can't say enough about what the offensive line, the two tight ends, and the receivers were doing, blocking. And I just love that this is a team where our receivers are not finesse babies, just running routes being divas. They are dogs. Gerald Everett, Tyler Higbee, I'm so stoked about this. And, so then you have to have Cam Akers. Talk about transitioning, Todd Gurley. Coming into the season, how many people thought, the Rams are going to have 5 wins, 6 wins, 7 wins. They lost Todd Gurley. They lost Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, God bless him, out with a concussion. We knew that, right? So we had to move on. Todd Gurley knee sat out the game before or 2 games ago or whenever. We knew that. Todd Gurley's not hitting the hole like that. So the fact that we get Cam Akers, and how many of you, let's all be honest, how many of you were hating the Rams for picking Cam Akers with the 52nd overall pick? No one saw it coming. No one, not even myself. And I was like, J.K. Dobbins right here. I just looked at my tweets, J.K. Dobbins. And the Rams were getting killed on Twitter, grain of salt Twitter, for picking Cam Akers, 52nd pick. So let's all just, maybe, I don't know, let McVay and Les Snead give them the benefit of the doubt. They know what they're doing. Like, yeah, we ate a bunch of dead money. But what's worse, keeping Todd Gurley and Brandon Cooks on the roster and having subpar player performance or missing games, knee and brain, or getting a guy that just handled the rock 29 times for 171 yards and a 5.8 yards per carry average against the Patriots defense. And he's coming on, and he's the dude. He's the dude. The most rookie rushing yards for the Rams since Jerome Bettis. And that's right in my wheelhouse. I went to a couple Jerome Bettis Rams games back at the Big A. The most rushing yards by running back this season. So, Jonathan Taylor, Clyde's Edward-Helaire, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, all of these guys, Cam Akers. Cam Akers is coming alive, and I started him in a fantasy league, 17, 18 points. Boom, he's a big difference maker for me. And the most rookie rushing yards ever versus New England, right? So Cam Akers just came in and said, hey, I don't care. I'm just going to run the ball and be awesome. So I'm really stoked about Cam Akers, and just knowing that we still have Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown. I mean, it's just amazing. And I'm not going to talk about health. Thank God we're healthy, but I don't want to jinx it. Goff, so now let's talk about Jared Goff and the usage of Jared Goff. I don't think Jared Goff is just going to throw the ball, 25 times, that much more this season. But, I always talk about balance. And in this game, it was the 36 rushes to 25 passes. That's crazy. Can't remember the last time that has happened. But Jared Goff, he had one turnover. But when you look back at that interception, I mean, the receiver had it in his hand. It wasn't a good throw, okay? It wasn't a good throw, but it wasn't a pick six to a defensive lineman. It wasn't straight to a guy. It wasn't like against San Francisco when he threw it right to Richard Sherman. I mean, the receiver had it, and the defensive back, Miles Bryant, made a great, phenomenal play and got his hands on a two and rolled over and just took it out. So, that was a bad throw by Goff, but it wasn't, when I say there are interceptions you can live with, and I can live with that, right? So, especially, I think that only led to, did that lead to 3 points? I can't remember, but, Goff, in the other plays, he looked good, especially the first play of the game when he threw it to Higbee for that 20-something yarder. There was a receiver in the flat in front of Higbee. And last game, he missed Kupp on a deep pass because he threw the short pass to Higbee. But this time, he threw it past the short guy to Higbee for the longer gain. So, it's Goff. Goff is going to Goff. And Goff just had a nice, I'll take that all day. Defense, running the ball, and taking care of the ball by Goff. He had a great game. And also that throw to Cooper Kupp for the touchdown. There was a play like that earlier this year where Kupp dropped it. It was against the Bills. I can't remember who it was against. The Dolphins, maybe. But that was, put it right on the money. Kupp with the toe drag. Is Kupp going to get credit for that? Are people going to look at Kupp and be like, man, that was toe drag swag, as Nate Burleson would say, that was an amazing catch. That was an amazing throw and catch. And then I want to talk about the third quarter drive that took almost 10 minutes. 16 plays, 10 runs, 9+ minutes, 2 fourth down conversions. And that was just a thing of beauty. And Goff was even saying, he's like, people think that for quarterbacks, when you air it out and just throwing the ball all over the place, that those are the good times. But he says when you can just control the ball and the clock like that, just grind and get the push and be trusted from the coach to get these second down or fourth down conversions, that's huge. And that just shows the Rams are just bullying the Patriots. They were bullying them. And that was just beautiful to see. And you could just tell McVay was just savoring every morsel of that drive. Was a 9+ minute drive? I can't remember the last time I saw that. That's pretty insane. And now we're going to switch over to the defense. And it was Brandon Staley's 38th birthday. He's a friend of the show. Happy birthday, Brandon Staley. Just what a jewel Brandon Staley is. Talk about coming, last year, how many defensive meltdown games did we have? We had Tampa Bay, but granted that was Goff turning the ball over a lot, which, led to those scores. But we had the Dallas game where we got blown out. We had the Ravens game where we got blown out. Like games where our defense just didn't even show up. And this year is complete opposite. You get rid of Wade Phillips. You bring in Brandon Staley. No one knows who Brandon Staley is. I mean, you might have heard his name, but he's not a household name. And he comes in and he is the biggest acquisition the Rams made in the offseason. Jalen Ramsey was the year before, so it doesn't really count. But, I mean, my goodness. And granted, like I said, they're playing the most inept offense I've seen in a long time. I mean, like, a Mike Glennon Jacksonville offense right now is better than the New England offense. But still, you hold the team to 3 points, and, and the defensive players, they ate this up. But I'll tell you, the play of the game for me was the Kenny Young 79-yard pick six. Now, that was like a typical Goff throw it to a linebacker or defensive lineman right there around the line of scrimmage. So Aaron Donald, he holds up Damian Harris, throws the timing off. Kenny Young is standing there. He gets the ball. But what I love about it the most, let's roll the tape right here. I'm going to talk over this. He gets the interception. He's running down. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey running with him. Aaron Donald's blocking for him. There's convoy. You look on the side at the top of the screen. Sean McVay's running down the sideline. It's Kenny Young, Sean McVay, Jalen Ramsey, and Aaron Donald all running down the field together. Like, if that doesn't illustrate how connected and dialed in and how much they're playing for each other, I don't know what will. Like, watching that was a thing of beauty, because here you have the two highest paid players on the defensive side of the ball for the Rams. Like, let us pave the way for you, Kenny Young. And, that's what Aaron Donald was saying after the game. He's like, every game a different guy steps up. And every guy, if you're playing on a team and every game you can have a moment, you can shine. And you do shine. So it's Troy Reeder one week. It's Troy Hill one week. It's Morgan Fox playing well. It's Justin Hollins. It's Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams. I mean, it's like any one of these guys. Michael Brockers. Thank you, Baltimore. Thank you, Baltimore, for letting Michael Brockers come back to us. Thank you, Baltimore, for letting Darius Williams go. Thank you, Baltimore. Right? So that kind of symbolized everything. When you get coach, star cornerback, star defensive tackle, running down the field, Kenny Young, just amazing. And speaking of Aaron Donald, they called the first holding of a pass rush, against the other team for Aaron Donald. He got his first holding call on a pass rush this entire season. So they're really just not calling holding this year. So that's great. But he's got 85 sacks. He had 1.5 sacks this game. 85 career sacks through his first 7 seasons. That's third on the list behind Reggie White and DeMarcus Ware. He's just a beast. And he's an interior lineman. Reggie White and DeMarcus Ware were outside, playing on the ends. And you had Aaron Donald play on the end this game. He had that great play where he just went around the left tackle. I mean, just went right around him. But, can't say enough about him. Going back to Kenny Young, and he had a quote that I felt was a couple quotes that kind of like symbolized everything that I was talking about at the beginning. He said, about the interception and game in general, he said, "It felt amazing. It felt like the first time. It's really how we played together, how connected we played for 4 quarters. I feel really, really good when you and your brothers play well." And then he said, "We have a spirit here. Everyone is eager. Whether we come up short, whether we win, all of the guys and coaches buy into coming back to work each day. And that type of energy and spirit, I've never really felt that in my career. It feels different. This year feels different. You can tell." It does feel different. Now, we all know coming into the season, there were a lot of question marks, a lot of players, Kenny Young, Micah Kiser, offensive line, running backs, defensive coordinator, all this stuff. We were optimistic. We were optimistic that we'd play well, get 9, 10, maybe 11 wins, right? We're on pace to potentially get 12 wins, but like the vibe of this team this year compared to last year is just on another level. It's amazing. Going back to the defense as a whole, though, They allowed 60-something yards in the second half for 220 yards total. No points. I mean, come on. Like, I mean, just come on. This is crazy. Cam Newton, he had a QBR of 2.9. Just like, I can't even believe that. It was just done. Like I felt like the Rams, they were prepared. They knew what was going to happen. They knew what the Patriots are limited. It's not fair in a way, but at the same time, not like the Patriots have been playing fair for the last 20 years. So, yeah. Gosh, Brockers, great game. Morgan Fox had a great game. Jalen Ramsey played in the star position. If you watch the replay, Jalen Ramsey is just always just kind of, it's almost like he's like an inside linebacker playing around there. Greg Gaines was all over the place. Obo was all over the place. Samson Ebukam was all over the place. I mean, it was just complete domination. The 4-down goal line stand in the first half when Cam Newton tried that option, but he just kept it and got stood up. I mean, it's like we knew what was coming all the time. It was so easy, but it's because we were dialed in. I'm curious to see with like a little over a week if there's any kind of let up against the Jets. Personally, I would love for the Rams to go into the Jets game and just go air raid. Just like switch it up, put that on tape, let teams know that that's possible, because it's not like the Jets secondary is any good. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself, but this game was so amazing on so many different levels, and I know you're feeling it, and I don't want to get ahead of myself too much about where this Rams team can end up, but I definitely say I don't care about the 5th seed. Let's win the NFC West. Let's take it. Let's take the West because we won the West, this will be 3 out of the last 4 years, I think, or 2017, I can't remember. But if we do that, then we don't have to travel east, or we don't have to travel to a cold weather place for a game like New York or Washington, or not Philly, but you know what I mean? So let's win the West. Let's have that pennant. Let's get home field for as long as we can have home field, and, let's see how far we take this. But for me, the season hinges on the game in Seattle. But anyways, right now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. And gosh, all of this without Andrew Whitworth. We were all freaking out when Whitworth went down. And look at this. Joe Noteboom, tip of the cap, Joe Noteboom. So, yeah, Rams play with fire. They asserted themselves. I love it. The game plan was great. They were smart. Akers is emerging. That's pretty much all I got. I'm so happy to be a Rams fan right now. This is such a good time for all the Rams fans out there that have gone through tough times. You know the deal. If you haven't gone through tough times and you're a recent Rams fan, then you are super lucky. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate all of you for watching, all the comments on my previous videos. Brandon Staley, you can cue the music. If you want to see my game preview heading into this game, you can see where I said book it. You can subscribe or watch a video here. Follow me on my socials. All the links in the description below. Let me know what you think about this game, and maybe I'll do a live stream since we have a little bit of time before the Jets game. So anyways, I know you're feeling good. No need for Pepsi Complete anymore. And as always, go Rams.